Impress your friends with this cinch knot trick. Hi all. After the last video, I thought, you know what, I might as well do this one about my knot tying tricks to review those. It's still amazing how many people don't use some of these techniques, and I thought I'd just quickly share them with you. The first and most basic part of the tricks are, I'm just going to use this roll of red thread, this red sort of satin thread, just to give you an idea of what it's like to when you, this is a way to do a cinch knot, even with gloves on. And I know the huge fly fisherman tried to tie a knot without looking. You can actually do that with this. So I'm going to demonstrate it on a bigger thing. So what you would do is imagine this is your fly, just a safety pin. Okay. And we're going to stick it through the eye of the hook. Hardest part. You take your running line that's connected to your rod and you pinch the tag end. See how I'm pinching it? And this is running through the circle in my finger. You then take your hemostats, okay, and I don't have them locked, I just have them closed in my fingers. I stick them in here, and I'm also kind of putting a little tension with this finger down here, just so it doesn't loosen up too much. And I sort of push this down, and I spin it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. The point is that you're still holding this tag end, and you grab the end of the tag end. See how we just grabbed it? And then you pull it, and it puts it through that hole that's impossible to see. And now your knot is done. You would lick it, and then just pull your line and hold your fly, and you end up with a perfect cinch knot every time. And see, it's just beautifully tapered. It's not going to fall apart. It's just a great knot, quick and easy. I'll do it in a little faster motion just to show you what it's like. So I can, once I get the eye of the hook in, once it's through the eye of the hook, and unlike, well, I can almost close my eyes. Let me see if I can close my eyes through it. No, I can't. I can't do anything like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Grab the tip, pull it through. It's a problem when you're using big, heavy line. And then you just grab your thing, and there it is. There's your knot. Okay? Can't be any simpler. Now, that's great for doing your quick cinch knots, and that's great for changing flies real quickly. Now, here's where it's really, really important. I have to cut this off. One of the hardest things to do is to, when you have a hook, let's just say this is my hook, and then you try to tie that cinch knot onto that hook. You know how if you're doing a hopper dropper, and you know how, it starts falling off and doing all that weird stuff. Here's the super easy way to do that hopper dropper. Without the hook, you just grab your line like this, stick your hemostats through, exactly the same technique. Pull this through, and now you're left with this little thing. You see this little hole right there? That becomes a place to stick your hook through. You pull it down, and now your line is attached to that hook. Super easy. You're not spending hours doing hopper droppers. That's why I fish a lot of hopper droppers. Is once I discovered this, there was no going back. So let's do a kind of a real life example of and see what this is like. And I'm going to use some real material here. So first I'm going to tie on my dry fly, okay? And again, this is the hardest part of any tying. Okay, so I got it through the line there, right? So now I'm going to put my fly, now I'm just going to tie my cinch knot. So this is hanging, you know, my hemostats are hanging off me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what's nice about this, then you pull it through to about the length of the fly. Then you can grab your fly, lick it, and bring this through. So now I have my fly tied on. And now I want to put a dropper on the end of that little hook there. Well, that becomes sometimes an issue. So the next step I'm going to do is I'm going to take some leader material, and I figure how long I want my leader. You know, so it's usually 1.5 times the length of the fly. And then I grab my line, and I'm not even, see, so there it is right there. And I'm going to, here's my tag end right here. I don't know if you can see it. See my tag end sticking up right there. This is 4X leader material. 4, 5. And I grab it, the tip, and I pull it through. So now I have this little loop on the end. And I grab my hook. There's my hook. And I grab it on there, and I loop it over the end. And just pull. And now I have my dropper line ready to go. And then, if I had I lost my little nymph. So I'm going to use this as my dropper. So we then stick it through. Pull this through, get my setup as usual. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Grab the tip, boop, boop, boop. Pull the fly. And now I have my hopper and dropper setup. Super easy. It doesn't get any easier than that. Okay? And that's just easy to change flies anytime you want to change them. But that's it right there. Super easy. I hope it was helpful. Just go back over that beginning part, you know, where I'm doing it with this line. Again, you just loop it like that in your hand and then go whoopee, and it's all over. All right, we'll see you on the next one. Bye.